Right,
There it is.
There we go. We're live.
We are.
We're live.
We are.
That's it right there.
Wait.
Always on yours is always faster than mine.
Yeah.
I've seen it though.
Still don't have it though. There's two. We got two people on.
Hey, hello.
Hiya.
Welcome.
Hello. How is the sound, Alyssa? Man,
I'm sure it's amazing.
can you hear us okay? I don't know why I didn't get a little notification. It's so sad. I'm also not on the Wi-Fi. Maybe that could be it.
I am, and I don't have it either.
No,
So
well, there you
that's
go.
definitely not it.
Weird.
They just beat us to it. I can't read what that says, but hello.
Peter says hi.
Hello, hello, hello.
Alyssa, are you guys starting like fall ball or anything with
sounds fun.
Short break? Sounds good. Yeah. Hopefully that's not the lag.
Peter do a fire emoji, or is that a?
That's a thumbs up. That might be the biggest fly that I've ever seen.
Yeah, the bugs in Fresno. I'm telling you.
No, that's just you're in Clovis, man.
That's true. Bugs in Clovis are crazy.
Yes.
Our
Alyssa,
special guest is here.
When do you
Come on,
start
our special guest?
fall ball? Give a round of
Hello, special
applause
custers.
for
Gannon! As people come in and as we get set up, we thought it's a rare, nice feeling night in Fresno. So there's a fly right in the camera. That's amazing.
Whoa.
Dude, they're seriously.
Whoa.
It wants to be on camera,
It
That
wants
fly
to
wants to
be.
be part of the show.
right? That's a special guest too. Two
On
special
camera.
guests.
Two special guests.
But we got some sunlight for a while, so hopefully this works. We didn't really plan this out. We'll see what happens. Got it? I'm still waiting. We're trying to get it so we can actually see what you guys are commenting because there's no way.
We have a bunch of highs and hellos.
You're on it too? What? Come on.
Yeah. People are saying, hey.
What is the deal here?
Hey, everybody.
Oh, there we go. Nope. False alarm. Still got nothing.
Yeah, I did, and then now I don't.
We're just going to rely on Gannon to tell us what the comments are saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Gannon, tell us what the people are saying.
Zachary just said, evening table with episode 5 with Gannon, Ganzenhuber, and Fly.
And fly.
There you go. See, I don't even know
This
this
is a
episode 5.
special episode.
Yeah, somebody get that fly an agent.
Man, that fly.
Contract.
It's still crawling around on the computer screen.
And it's,
See it?
it's a large fly.
Oh my goodness.
For those of you at home, this thing is like 3 inches big. I mean, this thing's huge.
It's not that big.
It's
like,
close.
It's big. It's like that big.
It's
2.5.
It's yeah. It definitely is one. I mean, and one is big enough. Or like, it's more than a half, which is
Which is still significant.
yeah. That's for
It's
me.
a large fly.
It's a large
Yeah.
fly, for sure.
Is it a horsefly?
Those are things I've heard of.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they are. I mean, I've never seen one.
Yeah,
but
they're
that,
horse flies.
that could be one.
Yeah.
Are those ones that bite? I don't like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't we
Yeah,
have
horse
enough
flies
things that already bite and sting? We need flies to do that too.
No.
Wasps, hornets.
We
We
don't.
murder hornets. Thank you,
We don't.
2020.
Yeah. 2020.
2020, man. All right. Well, everyone viewing at home, send us in some questions, some thoughts, maybe some, I don't know, what questions, thoughts, observations.
Yeah.
Good thing.
Observations. Absolutely.
Like, how's it going? Things like that. I'm still waiting for my feed to go, but these guys got
So
it.
don't have it.
I don't.
No, actually, I couldn't figure it out either. It says live, but then I click on it. And then
You think after like 5 months of us doing YouTube and all this stuff, we have figured out, but we don't. We really don't. Behind the curtain, that's what you guys are seeing.
Zach says, how's it going?
Good.
Pretty well. Yeah.
How are
it's
you, Zach?
It's nice weather outside.
Which is, I feel like this is like amazing.
Yeah, as long as the sound is good, and which I'd be interested in watching post-production.
Yeah.
Alyssa said it sounds good, so I'm
going with that, Alyssa.
I'm trusting Alyssa.
Trusting you.
But yeah, this is not a bad setup.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. I got it. Live.
Cool.
I hope that I'm not going to be like 10 minutes behind. That would just be.
Oh, yeah.
That would be pretty funny.
There we go. Now I see people.
There we
Zach,
go. More people
Bailey,
saying stuff.
Alyssa, Jacob, Jonathan. Good to see all you guys on here hanging out. So yeah, I guess basically we're what? A couple weeks from when school theoretically should start. So let's start with that. So Gannon,
I start on Monday. I start my
Monday.
dual enrollment college classes at Columbus Community College on Monday. So
Okay, and I'm
that should be
assuming
fun.
online.
Yeah, they're online.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. It'll be new, but I have high hopes for it.
So for you guys at home, let us know in the comments when you're starting school. And I'm sure, I think everyone is either online or at home or both, I guess. No one's going anywhere.
No one's going anywhere.
Today we were like setting up like a little area in our house of like, this will be the school area. This will be like my desk area, like zones. We have like office zone and school zone.
Oh, man.
So, Pastor Michael, did your kids go to public school?
They've done homeschool, and then so
really?
far we've only had one. Melina has been the only one in school, but Michaela's starting kindergarten this time around.
Okay.
And so she also will be
Starting homeschool.
at home. Yeah. Alyssa starts on the 24th.
I don't know what I was going to ask you.
As long as I've already started. Wow. You guys are on it.
Oh, so when are your kids starting?
That's a good question.
Is that a question for Megan?
That's a question for
family
Megan.
conversation tomorrow.
Nope, yeah.
Kids.
I'll
What's
ask,
going
like, hey,
on?
when are we starting? And then she'll tell me.
Yeah. Jacob Fons asks me what I'm taking. I'm going to be taking psychology and English 1. So
Good classes.
I don't really know what to expect, but yeah, I'm excited.
The thing is, again, about all this stuff that's been happening for several months now, is that no one's ever done it before. So everyone's in the same boat. Like, that rarely happens. Everyone's in the same boat of, like, what are we doing? What's it like?
Yeah.
Normally, it's just like, for those of you who are coming into high school as freshmen or going into whatever year, going into college, it's like you would feel like the only one's doing something new. But no, everyone is.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing something new. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Next week, Bailey starts next
Yep.
week. Zach, I like it, doesn't know when he starts. See, I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
I bet your parents know, though, because they seem like they would know those kinds of things.
Is anyone? I don't know how many are on the call right now that would have been in person, but now are only going to be online or whatever. Or if you're homeschooled, then it doesn't. I don't know how much it changes for you if you're homeschooled. But I wonder if anybody's like, and I'm so happy that it's only online or like it's all online. I don't know, like even for you, like is this your first year taking college or classes at Columbus Community?
No, this will be my 3rd semester.
Okay. So do you see any benefit, advantage, or like are you like, man, it would have been way better if the classes were in person?
I don't know. I mean, some of my classes don't even have like Zoom meetings, so I'm not really sure how much difference it's going to be because it'll be like, I'll probably have the same assignments and that kind of thing. And I do have friends that I'm taking the classes with. But yeah, I don't think it'll be too much different. I'm not like worried that I'm not going to know what to do because I started recently doing the college class like last year. And so I'm still learning. And so
when you started last year, were you online?
No.
You were actually going?
Not online. Yeah, I was actually going to the campus, and like midway through last semester, I was taking Spanish, and we started doing that class online, and it was kind of different, but I honestly liked it a little bit more.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it just felt easier.
Yeah. I'm interested in how many people were like, yeah, actually, I'd love to take classes online, or
That would be interesting.
I'd rather take them online.
All right, so is anyone in the chat, were any of you doing school classes at some place? I mean, public school or maybe like, I don't know, extra classes or college classes? Any of you that were taking classes that now you're doing online? because of everything? Let us know about that. That is a good question. I'm curious about that. So like last year, that was like the first time anyone ended a school year at home. Everyone did it. And this is now the first time everyone started.
Everyone. Yeah.
It's still like a new thing. It's
Yeah.
still different. Very interesting. I don't know. It's weird. Weird times. What are we, 5 months later? still going strong.
Just realizing it's weird.
Yeah. It's still weird.
It's
Yeah.
been weird
It's
and
been
still weird. And also send us some questions. Last time there were some amazing questions that were very interesting. Okay, Zach's taking some classes online. Question here: have you done anything fun this week? Gannon, why don't you start there? Done anything fun this week?
Yeah. So our family yesterday we got back from Lodi, California. It's about 2.5 hours north of Fresno, and we just went up there and hung out with our papa and grandma. Just spent some family time there. We just spent one night. We left on Monday, but yeah, it was a good time. It was fun. Definitely a highlight of the week.
Did you guys camp? Did you guys stay with family?
We just stayed at their house
Nice.
just for one night.
What about you, Will? Anything fun this week?
It's staff meeting.
That was today.
Sunday Night Live.
Sunday Night Live? There you go, man.
Yeah, we actually. So Winston's birthday is today. My youngest son, Winston, he turned 4 today, but we celebrated on Sunday. So
Nice.
we went over to. Okay, so and this is another thing. I think I've told Pastor Michael this. I don't know if I've shared this on the show or not, but so I have 2 sons. They're 20 months apart. So Winston turned 4 today. William will be 6 in December. But we also have a couple of friends that are really close to us, really close friends. They have 3 kids now, but so their oldest and our oldest are 6 days apart. And their middle child and Winston are 3 days apart. And
That's some crazy planning.
obviously that's really weird. Yeah, exactly.
That is pretty crazy.
No planning thing going on there, but yeah, our kids are super close to, and then they're really good friends too. So
That's cool.
I say all that to say that they had a little combined birthday party together on
Okay.
Sunday.
That's
yeah.
fun.
For Winston and JL. That's her name, JL. So
That's
Winston and JL are 3 days apart. William and Jaira are 6 days apart.
Crazy.
Yeah, kind of like you, Will. I have a friend, and my due date was 3 weeks after she was born, and I ended up being born 3 days before her. And then she actually has a close friend who's born the exact same day, 2 hours before her. So it's just kind of fun little stuff right there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. How often do you meet people not just the same birthday, but literally same year or as
Well,
close?
actually,
And then
the other thing with that, also, the crazy thing is we weren't born the same year. I was born December 31st, 2002, and she was born on January 3rd,
That's crazy.
2003. So it's even more crazy. You're
yeah,
it's cool though.
technically not the same year.
Yeah.
Born a whole year old. I'm a whole year older. I'm 3 days older.
That's okay.
Yeah, just semantics.
I was in first grade,
Tomato.
and there was a girl who had the same birthday as me. I remember being really mad because I was my birthday. When I went to public school, so when you're in school, that everyone celebrates
that day.
that's your day.
Yeah.
You get to bring in cupcakes.
Well, I wouldn't know that. My birthday's in July.
You didn't know that, but mine January. It was a big deal. And then we were in the same grade in first grade, same class in first grade. And it was a small school, so over the years we would sometimes be in different classes and sometimes be in the same class again. And every time I saw her in my class, I was always like, "Dang, not Jackie! Come on,
This is gonna be a rough year.
Got to share my birthday. Come on."
Oh man, yeah.
Very traumatizing.
Can't you just be sick that time of year,
Exactly.
Jackie? I don't know. Go.
Other teachers,
Your family go on vacation,
To this day, I still remember very well having to share my birthday.
Yeah.
So I have a question I was thinking about. So basically, if you guys playing at home and us here as well, if you found out tomorrow, they're like, "Hey, this whole COVID thing done. We got to figure it out." How would you feel? Would you be excited? Would you be just kind of "Wait, what?" Would you be nervous about just life going back to normal all of a sudden? Because some people have gotten used to I gotta admit sometimes when I get up on Sunday and I watch church in my pajamas, sometimes I'm that's not so bad. I miss seeing people.
Yeah.
But sometimes I also like that I'm in my pajamas.
In your pajamas.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
So-
like, oh man, I'm gonna be late to church. I've only got 1 minute to
Yeah.
get to the
I can walk
couch.
from my room to the couch.
Like all that traffic in the hallway.
Yeah.
How am I gonna get to church on time?
All right, Zach says he'd be happy. So happy with several O's. So
So
I would be too, honestly. I'm just curious. It's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
Happy to see friends, hug them. Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
It's always like anytime you see someone, it's always like the awkward like, do we? No.
Yeah.
But maybe one of these? No.
Yeah.
It's
weird.
Yeah. Takes 30 minutes to figure out what you're supposed to do.
Sunday Cool had a video and they were like the like post quarantine like greetings and like it was just like coming up with like new things. It's like a bunch of like random stuff. And one of them was like when they did like an air like a foot like 5 or a leg shake or something like that. It was actually kind of cool. Like the way they did it, it looked like super funny. Like their legs were like shaking with each other. And there's just a bunch of different ones. There was like they like bowed to each other. And then in the comments, somebody was like, "Now it's the time for the Wakanda salute." You know,
That's true.
it's like, oh yeah, that's
There ever was a
for
time.
such a time as this. You know. So yeah, air bows. I saw somebody do air bows.
That works. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I heard someone say that like after all this, like we should just get rid of handshakes forever, and that disappointed me. I like a good handshake.
I like shaking people's hands.
Right? Yeah.
Like strong handshake.
Yeah,
You know.
I don't like shaking people's hands because I never know like if you're like a firm handshaker or if you're
Always
like
go firm.
sometimes.
like a limp handshake. And I don't want to like squeeze your hand too hard until like and you never know. Like you would look at somebody and be like, okay, this is definitely a firm handshaker and it's not, and you know you feel awkward because it's just like what do I do with this little noodle in my hand? Right
The
now?
worst is like when you go for a handshake and like they grab too soon, so it's
Yes.
like just your fingers. So then you're just kind of like doing one of these, like like shaking the queen's hand kind of thing.
Yep.
That's the worst. Man, you gotta let me. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. Don't squeeze too soon.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Wait till thumb contact,
yeah.
squeeze.
Interlocking.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have some people who squeeze my hand like way too hard. I'm like,
Yeah,
dude,
that's
like,
another-
you
that's
wanna,
another problem,
like,
too.
shake now.
That's another problem.
Handshake etiquette.
The
stuff.
scale,
Yeah.
it varies. It's too wide.
But they're
It's
still not worth getting rid of.
There's not enough consistency. I'm with whoever said that we can get rid of it. I'm all right. Yeah, we can move to something else. It's time. It's 2020.
Fun
You know,
fact.
let's just move on. To
This
something
could be
else.
false because I've only heard it. I've never actually verified. Someone told me once that they would do that. Handshakes were from when you would like shake like this, like wrist, and you would check the other person for a knife, and it was like a sign of like, I don't have anything either. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like we're meeting
Just
on
make
mutual
sure.
terms. Like back in like night days when they would like carry knives, I guess. I don't know if it's true, but it sounded cool, so I'm gonna.
Man, if you're ambidextrous, though, you know,
Right?
I got it in my left
Yeah.
hand.
I mean, let's get biblical here. Judges, Ehud.
Oh,
There's a story about a left-handed guy.
there you go.
They didn't check that side.
Wow.
No one would carry a sword on that side. That'd be
No.
crazy.
Carried on your
No.
forearm. I mean, your upper arm.
There's lots of holes in that plan.
Yeah, seriously.
That would be interesting to find out. If that's true.
Someone can Google it. I've never Googled it because I didn't care that much. We got like a book list going here. It's interesting. Okay, so Zach just said, have any of you read Lord of the Rings? I am reading Lord of the Rings for the first time right now.
Really?
I know, never read it before.
Cool.
Read The Hobbit, for whatever reason, never read Lord of the Rings. So I have about this much of Fellowship of the Ring left, like 40 pages
Oh, you said left?
left.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm almost done with that one.
Impressive.
Making my way through it.
Making my way down to
Fantastic movies. They base these books off the movies, I guess. Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah, it's supposed to be pretty interesting.
They based Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, there's these movies that came out like 10, 15 years ago, and they made books out of them.
And they've been-
Really interesting. Yeah.
Oh man, has that ever happened in history?
They probably tried.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Oh, there we go. Just do finger guns. You know, I would actually be for finger guns replacing handshakes. Like,
Just go on.
that's the one thing I'd be okay with.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it. I enjoy a good finger gun.
Oh man, yeah.
For like, there's like probably a good 5 years of like pictures of me. That's what I'm doing every single picture.
Really?
Like, the gun in the wink, every
I
picture.
want to see some of those.
It was just my thing. I don't know why.
You're like, hey.
Oh.
And then
man.
after like looking through pictures after pictures of me doing that, I was like, why did I do that every picture? I don't know.
No idea.
That's what happened. Chronicles of Narnia, I did read. Jacob, I read those ones. I don't know if I read Maze Runner. I think I did. I might have. Either I did or Megan did. See, when you get married, you become one. You just start to think
Yeah.
that you did it or that
Shared
someone else did.
knowledge, all that.
Yeah, I don't know. So maybe I might have read it, or she definitely did. I'm not sure. Yeah, the whole book thing, like, I thought during COVID, I would read more books. Less than like any year.
Less.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's weird.
Interesting.
I to me that makes sense, and it's because the challenge of like the unknown, or not the unknown, the I don't know, for lack of better words, like the missing routine, is that there's so many variables now in like your schedule in terms of like where you spend your time, that like there's not really any of that like consistency. So like even when you're super busy, you still knew that like this was the time specifically that I was going to be reading, so to speak, like in my schedule.
Yeah.
Versus like when you might not be super busy, but there's so many things that are like unknown that it's harder to manage like that time that you don't know what you're doing. I don't know if that makes like.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm trying to like. Yeah, because I've noticed that too. Like, it's like, man, I would feel like I would have more time to be able to do things, but I feel like I have less, or I just can't manage it. Yeah, well enough. But it's because there's so many things that are unknown that like it's really challenging. It's the same thing as like if you have like a bunch of tasks to do and you don't like prioritize them and like how you're gonna like execute it, then you can like try to attack all of them, or you might end up attacking all of them at the same time, but you don't really make progress on any of them. Yeah, versus like just saying, okay, like these are the tasks that I got to do. Let me do this one first, and then you actually like get that one done and then move to the next one. I think that's kind of how like,
it's true.
Like time management is going on right now.
Yeah,
especially for me. I don't know.
Less time, even though there's more time.
Yeah,
oddly enough.
Weird.
Yep. So what about you guys at home, and you two, Gannon? Whatever it might be, reading, TV, video games, whatever thing is like your hobby, have you found you've had more time for that, or actually less time, or you've not been doing it as much as this is stretched up? What's like your main hobby?
I don't know. I think over just COVID, it's been playing piano. Just kind of looking for sheet music and just being like, I'm going to just commit my time to learning this or whatever. And I feel like I've had more time just because I don't have like school, and then the times when like my whole family's there, and it's like hard to focus, with everything that's going on. But yeah, like piano for sure, and I've made more time for that just because there's been so many like void moments where I don't know what to do, so I'm just like, I'll just play the piano.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So mine is not a hobby, but it definitely is like, it just goes along to that. Like I thought that I was going to be doing this, and like I just didn't. Like I got like so many of my like books from my office. I was like, okay, like I want to like spend some time like pulling like some specific things out of these books to like kind of implement towards like all the things that I want to do or whatever. I pulled them from my office, brought them home. They're all sitting in like the same space that like 5 months ago.
So when all this started, like we were at church during the staff meeting, and they said, "The guys, all right, go grab some stuff." What did they say? Like 2 weeks, maybe, or a month?
Grab like a month
for that amount of time.
Probably like thinking about like a month.
And man, I grabbed all kinds of books off the shelf. I'm like, man, we're gonna be like at home for a month. Like, I better grab a lot of books. Yeah. I'm gonna fly through these.
Yeah.
And put them on the shelf, and it's where they are.
I literally think that I've opened one of those books like since I brought them all, and I brought home like a bunch. I was even worried like I've got so much time.
This isn't enough. I'm gonna have to go back and get more.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
It's like, okay, I'm gonna need this one. I'm gonna need this one. I'm definitely gonna need this one.
I'm gonna read this one twice.
Yeah. So I guess it does kind of go back to the book.
Zachary said that he's been reading and art, like doing art.
Nice.
Been doing that a lot. Let's see what else. Sumi, is it Sumi Stars or Sumi Stars? I don't know. She says especially sketching. Maybe I'm not quite sure.
Like Sumi.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's see. Even when you put two O's, I don't.
So.
Sumi.
Sumi. I think it's
ooh. So it's making an ooh.
Like so is just S-O.
Sumi.
Yeah,
like
that's what I was thinking.
Sumi.
Yeah.
Is it me or my?
Sumai. I think it's Sumi.
Sumi.
It just looks like Sumi.
I can't stand the English language.
It's
Yeah, it's weird. I'm so glad I didn't have to learn it though.
Yeah,
That's
You know what I
true.
mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
not like growing up with a different language and then having learned English. That just sounds horrible. 'Cause I'm
Well-
still learning English.
Well,
Very
you
true.
trust me, you're gonna figure it out when you have to teach it to your kids, because that's where it's like, okay, I learned this, but I have no idea like how to explain to my son that this letter is silent. Like it's just,
Yeah,
And
doesn't
then-
say
and then
anything.
why?
I mean,
I
it's
don't
there.
know.
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I was just telling Melina like
Don't even
yesterday
get
how to
started.
spell wood. You know,
Uh-huh.
WOULD. But she's like, why is there an L in there?
There's
There's this.
Yeah,
This is.
I just don't.
Memorize
I don't know.
it and just do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's just like every time we start reading, like with my son, it's like I just feel so bad because he's like, okay, what sound does like this letter make? And he's like saying it. I'm like, yeah, not in this word.
Always except for these sounds.
Yeah, except for this one. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and this one.
In college, I had to take Greek because I was a Bible major, and so Greek's one of the things you take. And going through that class, even the Greek professor was like, well, as you know from English, like sentences are blah, 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 blah. We talk about like tenses and stuff. I didn't know that from English. Like, I never learned these things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I speak English, but just barely.
yeah.
I know, right? Damn y'all.
Yeah, definitely would not be able to.
Not very goodly. That's for sure.
Got it.
Yeah, that's
So my dad texted me twice, and he wants me to ask you guys, when's the last time you ran a mile for time? And what was the result of that?
Will have a much better answer than I will.
Well, it's for sure. It's been a while.
Yeah.
The last time I probably ran at all was 2 years ago. It was a 5K, so it was 3.1, and it was for sure under 30. It was probably. I mean, and this was probably like when I was still running a lot. So it's probably like under 25, I would say. So 3.1 under 25.
So a 5K, as you all know, is 5,000 miles. So
yeah.
it's pretty good. I don't know.
25 days.
Try beating that.
5K, yeah.
What about you, Michael?
Yeah, I have no idea. It would have been like high school probably, because even in college we never take PE or anything.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say probably senior. Well, I played
Probably
basketball, but
senior
never
year.
like a mile. So actually, like running a full mile and being timed for sure would be high school.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't even do. No, for senior year I did basketball, so I did that instead, so it replaced PE. And I think even junior year maybe I did. So it's been a long time.
Long time.
And I have always firmly, this is one thing I'm unwavering on and consistent. I don't like running. Because here's my thing. I think I've explained this before. But like with running, to me, some people join it for fun. But for me, it's like the entire time I'm just thinking that I'm running. And that I don't like it. It's like basketball, you run back and forth a lot. But I'm thinking about like, I should be covering this person. I should get the rebound. I should do this. You're not thinking about the fact you're running for an hour.
Yeah.
But running, all I think about is like, man, I'm running.
Yeah.
I hate running.
Yeah.
Why am I running? So
It's like
That's me.
Have you ever seen the movie Turbo? When he's
The
like,
snail.
The snail?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
snail.
okay, that's
and
right.
his
Yeah,
brother's
that's-
like basically like making fun of him for like, NASCAR is like so boring. He's like left turn.
It's true.
I wonder what's coming up. Oh, left turn. He's like literally running. It's just like, okay, just like step.
Yeah.
Okay, another step.
Yeah.
Okay, another step. All right, another step. Yeah. So
I want to like
I
running.
understand if people see it that way, but I don't know, because when I go running, and I go running, often, we're running like we're gonna play about 3 or 4 days of the week, and that's been like the pattern for COVID. I don't know, it's just fun. Like, and we run out in the vineyards, and every like intersection out there, because there's like a bunch of like little dirt roads in between like the orchards and different crops, and so every intersection out there is a quarter mile. You ran a quarter mile, and so it's just kind of cool because you can in your head chart out like how much farther you have to go and like pick up the
That does
pace. Not kind of like, I don't know, it's like a mental game that I enjoy. Kind of like you like in basketball, even though you're running, you have like this thing going on. You're like, oh, I got to pass, you've got to cover. For me, it's like, it's the mental game of just like, I got here and then I'm gonna pick it up here and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
That
makes sense.
I think,
Having like something in your head of
doing
like
that, yeah.
objectives. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wait, take it back. That reminds me. So I did run when I was in college. Or right before, actually, year before, because I was dating Megan. I'm like, I should get in shape because I got a cute girlfriend. So I ran in on a treadmill, but it still counts. Yeah, still counts.
Yep,
That
that's cool.
does.
That's cool.
That for sure.
So Zach says that your pace, Will, was 8:15.
Oh, he worked out that your pace was 8:15. Just pretty good.
I like it.
Although Jacob just said in March he ran and he did 5 minutes and 32 seconds.
Nice.
I didn't know it was possible.
That's pretty good, Jacob.
Like for real.
You've been getting faster. That's good. That just shows what
Is
training.
that for a mile? Is
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 mile.
that possible?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Didn't we
I
just
knew-
recently
listen.
break the 6-minute mile? Or was it 5-minute mile? Whatever it was, I feel like that's some kind of like big deal.
No,
Someone broke
no
that.
way.
I feel like
Wait,
it
big
is.
deal
in,
with
like,
what?
the world?
When someone
Yeah,
broke.
when
Wait,
someone, like,
when someone broke 5?
Something.
It was 4.
4?
I was
4.
gonna say
Whatever it is.
That was
probably
the that was the
4.
thing.
See, that shows you how
Yeah.
little I ran. Because in my head, I'm like, man, someone can beat a 10-minute mile? It's amazing.
You're like, wait, what?
Is that
You ran
possible?
Under 5? You're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I am very impressed by that, Jacob.
That's cool.
Which I'm sorry, Will, it makes your 8:15 less impressive.
Yeah,
But still
no,
more
Yeah.
impressive than what I could do.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Because
Well, that was 8:15
over,
over 3.
Yeah.
I could probably run
Gannon
a
is way
mile
faster than me.
under 8.
I would not bet that I could.
That's his mile.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I 4. Oh my goodness.
You guys are all faster than me. I used to like sprinting, if that counts.
Wikipedia says current men's holder is 3:43,
That's amazing.
and the current women's holder is 4:12.
All right, so challenge to you guys.
Insane.
Beat 3.
Beat 3.
Sub 3-minute mile. Let's do it. This is the generation.
Zach and I are going to train and do that.
There you go. I'll be
Yeah,
like, I know those guys.
I knew guys in the Marine Corps used to run like 16, 3 miles. So like,
Wait, what?
That's crazy.
That's like
Six-
that's just barely.
Oh,
over 5.
3 miles in 16 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Man,
So I'm trying to
That's like
see you.
Jacob says his
Lazy.
fastest 5K is 22 minutes. Which again, I still don't really. I don't know metric, so 5K, 3 something, right? Ish?
3.1.
3.1.
Yeah. 3.1.
At least
Yeah.
something like
See,
that.
I used to run
Impressive.
sub 19, like a 3 minute, 3 miles in sub 19. But I mean, I was 22, so I mean, I was
Yeah, those were the days.
yeah, it's 10 years ago.
If I did the same workout I was doing in college, if I tried to do that now, it would not go well.
He's like, yeah, you'd probably tear something just to
Oh, for
even
sure.
begin.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just
Before
before you
started.
get started.
Yeah.
Just like while stretching, it's like,
Yeah.
what happened? Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, but yeah, running's definitely cool. And
I like it.
so actually, the cross country season, I don't know if you know this, Jacob. Jacob and I ran cross country together on separate teams, but we would always cheer each other on, that kind of thing. But cross country isn't going to start in September, which it usually does. It's going to start in December. So the first meet is actually on my birthday, and so I don't really know what if I'm going to do it, because I think we're all going to be at home with friends. But like the first cross country meet, it's usually like in late September, but because of COVID and they had to push it back, it's going to start. The first meet's going to be on the 31st of December. So
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Outside?
But I do believe so. I mean, I don't know if you can be indoors with a bunch of people around
That's
you.
true. That's true.
But,
Which actually
yeah.
works great for cross country then.
Yeah.
Some sports lend themselves better. So what about? So I heard a lot about running, but what about anyone else? Any other sports? Basketball, football, baseball, volleyball.
Well,
It's kinda like
I know Alyssa likes volleyball. Yeah.
She's talking about beach.
It was like floating in my pool. Count as
Oh,
I mean, I
Alyssa said
do a
her
little
fastest 5K was 26 minutes. Pretty
soccer. There you go. Maybe they like soccer.
It's
Like I've said many times,
soccer's fun.
I'm
I
always
really
impressed
play
by
indoor
soccer players. Gymnastics and dance. Also things I could not do.
Team Wong, of course.
Can
she
you
says
be-
gymnastics and
Can
dance?
you be super tall? Like you never see really tall gymnasts.
No.
Yeah, they're usually
No.
maybe there's a few.
I don't really pay attention, but
I feel like
I
it has
guess.
something to do with like center of gravity and
Science. Somehow it has to do with science.
science.
Yeah.
Beach volleyball. I think that sounds fun. I played volleyball a little bit before, but I think playing on the beach would be really fun, especially like at sunset when like you can see the reflection of the sun on the water, and then you're just like getting all like you getting that workout in the sun. That'd be fun.
I'd rather like land in a bunch of sand than like a hard floor.
I know.
Indoor volleyball.
Oh yeah,
You
when
dive
you dive
for it.
for it. You're like,
I don't
a bunch
know.
of rug burns.
I don't know. I'd be interested in. I'm the exact opposite.
Really?
I'd rather dive indoor, than like on the sand.
Sand's got a little bit
Why?
more
So you don't get like sand in your
Yeah.
mouth and your eyes and stuff.
Well, like so if you dive correctly, like on indoor,
That's
like
probably my problem.
it doesn't
Yeah.
bother you like at all.
Dive
You know?
Yeah.
You have to land. There's like an art to landing. And I will also say, I mean, again, I'm interested in hearing what like Alyssa would say about this. But like for guys, it's also easier to like dive indoor than it is for like women. If you ever watch like women's volleyball, like they have to like roll. Like they have to do this like barrel roll. It looks like it's super challenging. I don't even really know exactly how to do it. I have to have one of my coaches teach it whenever we do it because I don't even know how to like roll like correctly when you're diving. But yeah, like for me, like the sand, I get like way more. Like it's just I guess it just depends. Like it's scratchy, it hurts, gets everywhere. I don't know. It's dusty, you know. You have to breathe it in.
I think my problem was the last time I played like indoor volleyball with people was like again high school. So like just diving because that's what you're supposed to do. Like
Yeah.
no thought or like training to it.
Yeah, there's an art to it to make sure that you don't get hurt.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
Does make sense.
It's easier. I mean, for me.
The question for Gannon: do you do gymnastics, Gannon?
No, I don't. I mean, like the only sport I really do is running, and we played indoor soccer with the church we used to go to, and I remember that was like really fun. But yeah, it's mostly just running. Gymnastics looks pretty interesting. I think parkour looks pretty cool. But like, I don't know if it's parkour where like the people they like do like those like crazy flips like on the solid ground. Where they're like like barrel like I don't even know what it's called, like a corkscrew or something. That looks really cool. But
Sure
yeah,
it has something
no
to do with
gymnastics.
parkour. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying. I was just watching a video of like some guy who was like running, like I don't know, he was doing like some really like random stuff, but it was like just on like the flat like just concrete. You would think that he was on like a trampoline or something. The type of flips that he was doing
That's
like,
crazy.
in the street, you know. It was
Yeah, that's awesome.
I had a friend that could just do like just standing and just do a backflip. Which even that I was impressed by.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like,
I know, that takes a lot of muscle like strength in your back and like your legs and everything.
Yeah, good, pretty explosive to just jump.
Just jump and do it.
And flip backwards.
Yeah.
I wonder who the first person to ever like do a backflip was.
She'd be like, I bet I could. You know what I could do?
You know what?
Bible
I bet I
times.
could go all the way around.
I
and
think
land on
I
my
could,
feet.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh man,
That's interesting though. I wonder who that was. How long
like
ago
what that
was?
looks like.
Like what
Some guy
testament
thought
or
like I
anything,
could do this.
Bible
Yeah.
times.
I'm sure that this is
I mean,
gonna end
there's
well.
really acrobatics.
How could this go wrong? And you know the first time you tried, he didn't stick it like so.
Oh, no,
Oh, I'm sure.
absolutely not.
So you got to keep
He
trying.
had to keep trying.
Survive.
Yeah, it's like,
He might
it's
just
like,
been like,
yeah,
oh.
I can keep going with this
Yeah.
and see.
Face
You
plant,
know.
face plant.
Yeah,
I think I can do it.
I think I can. Yeah. There's a lot of things like that I wonder like who was the first person to do that?
For anything, right? Like who's the first person for so many things.
Yeah.
I thought like, this is gonna be a good idea.
Yeah. Who was like yeah, you know we need a diving board. That's what we need.
Yeah.
It's like and like
How
it's
could this go wrong?
exactly.
it's be like 50 feet in the air. Like
You did the
that's-
first cartwheel.
Yeah.
You know, like who
Uh,
invented that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Let's try that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like the Wright brothers flying a plane, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah,
I mean,
that's-
I'm
that's
pretty
just
sure there are a lot of
nuts
people.
already.
Yeah. We all know.
I still can't even fathom like that idea and then the conversations that led up to it. And then,
I think we could
Yeah.
fly.
Yeah, basically.
I bet you.
I think we can do this.
It's just like fail. No, I think we got it.
I'm
I think
sure
we
people
got
like watch birds and stuff, and they're like, "I want to do that." You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And they
It
realize
makes sense why
like
you'd want to.
you can't do that.
Yeah.
So we make a contraption that can't
Some
not
kind
allow
type
us
of
to do
machine that
Yeah.
let us do that.
Yeah. Or the first like
Very
submarine
that.
Yeah.
The submarine. Oh my goodness.
got in it. It's like no thanks.
The first submarine. The first submarine was
yeah. How about
the first submarine was invented during the American Revolution, and they used it to go underneath like the command ship, the British command ship. I forgot what it was called, but they tried to screw a bomb underneath it.
that's they use the submarine for?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was like the farthest back David submarine, or the first operational one. Not quite sure, but it was one of the first.
Well, it's a good reason to need it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It didn't work though. It didn't end up working out.
There's always the
They didn't
problem.
love
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
Things that end up not working out the way
Yeah.
they You're either remembered for things failing miserably or working out really well.
Yeah.
Like Wright brothers were like, oh, they made a plane. We should remember them. And then other guys like, that went horrible.
Don't
Yeah.
be like that.
Don't be like those guys.
What was her name? Earnhart? What was her first name?
Amelia?
Amelia Earnhardt. Yeah, she failed.
Yeah.
Like she couldn't get across the.
Many
Atlantic Ocean.
successes, and then
Yeah.
and then all of a
So
sudden
everyone remembers her. 'Cause she's
for disappearing.
no one. Yeah.
Mystery.
Random disappearance.
Yeah.
It was called the Turtle.
Yeah, it was called the Turtle, the first submarine. Yeah.
Turtle.
Yep.
See, I thought the first one was Civil War. I did not know there was one.
Yeah, it was in the Revolutionary War.
That is
So,
crazy.
Yep.
That's a bold plan, you know? I mean, you got to have those kind of things.
Seriously.
You want to win a war, you got to have some bold plans.
Yeah.
They don't work. But
I'm pretty sure the British left I don't know if it was New York or Boston, but they left after that because they're like, what just happened? You know, because like the bomb
What is that?
just like, exploded, you know?
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, like maybe we shouldn't hang around here anymore.
That's interesting.
They were
I'm going to look that up later. I want to read
Yeah.
about the turtle. Not the greatest name for a machine of war.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
It looked like a
doesn't-
turtle, though.
I mean,
Yeah, but still. I mean,
Like-
think of a cooler name.
yeah. Then
The Destroyer!
Yeah, the Destroyer. Yeah,
The
absolutely.
Destroyer.
Not
Like the turtle.
Like the turtle. It's not
If I can
menacing.
picture it.
Yeah.
There are no fearful like.
They
turtles,
also had the bunny.
like,
That was the
unless
land
you're-
one. And, like,
unless you're like a lettuce or
Yeah,
like
some- some meaner names.
This
to
one they
things.
call it the turtle.
Yeah.
Okay,
See? I mean, they call it that. It looks like a shell, like a turtle shell.
it's still got to be a better name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Whatever.
It doesn't strike fear in
Yeah.
your enemies. Like it
It's
doesn't
like, you
really
better,
say what
British, you better get out of here.
what it's done
Or we're going to
for.
unleash the turtle on you. It's not going to strike fear in anyone.
We're gonna release the turtle on you. Yeah, good
Come on,
luck.
like, yeah,
I'll wait for the
that's scary.
75 years it takes to get to me.
Yeah.
I mean, how
That's
slow it is. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to outpace the turtle. I'm not sure.
it's going to come. It's going to get you. It's going to take a while, but it's going to get you.
Just you better stay still because we're sending the turtle.
It's gonna
Don't
slowly
move. It'll be
slowly
there.
get you.
Oh man.
I would be in the department of like wanting to name the things.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I could do better than that. we got a comment from Mrs. Steele. My voice, Jesse Eisenberg. Who's Jesse Eisenberg? I know that.
Guy who does,
I know it's an actor.
played.
Wait,
The
is he Lex
last-
Luthor in the new
Yeah,
ones?
Lex Luthor. That's what it was.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mark Zuckerberg and social experiment, whatever that is called.
Oh yeah. Social network. We're close. That is important, Alexis.
What did she say?
That my voice reminds her of him.
Oh.
Every
Nice.
comment's important. That's what I
Nice.
say.
Love it.
Zach, we will release the turtle on you. Exactly.
Turtle power.
Turtle
Now
power.
those turtles.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's a different story.
Let's go. Let's go.
When you add Teenage Mutant in front of it and Ninja,
Yeah.
then
Teenage
yeah.
Mutant Ninja, all scary.
So
Yeah,
they
all
could have like
scary, sad
called it
things.
the turtle, but they just added some adjectives in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teenage, scary, mutant, scary, ninjas, scary.
Turtles, not so
Turtle.
much, but the other ones
Yep.
compensate for the lack of scary
Yep.
in the name turtle.
Absolutely.
That works. See, it's all about branding. So much things are.
A little bit earlier, Zachary said Gannon last night at the Vineyards. There was this guy who ran quarters with us, ran a sub 15-minute 5K. So that's 3 miles. Each mile's under 5 minutes.
Yeah.
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 It's like
Like that's just
like
crazy.
almost sprinting.
I want to be able to do that.
That's a
in
lot of
college.
sprinting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of sprinting.
Oh, that is like fast. My fastest 3 mile is 16:36.
That's pretty fast.
So,
Golly.
Zach, figure out what pace that is, because I don't want to like
Come
try
on,
to figure
Zach.
that out myself right now.
Do some math for us here.
Do some math.
It's
For
gotta
your
be-
bro.
It's definitely under 6. So it's 5.
Yeah, it's under 6.
What'd you say it was again?
16:36. That was like the last. That was the last 3 mile last year.
30s.
While Zach's doing the math for us, Jacob brings up a good point. Flower the skunk from Bambi thinks turtles are scary. So
Wait, the flower?
there are some animals that fear
Oh,
turtles.
there's a skunk named Flower.
Yeah.
I think he said a flower was scared of the turtles. I'm like, okay.
Skunk flower. Yeah. Zach says 522. Wait, 532. It's going up.
Wait, what? I didn't
532.
see that. Oh,
That's fast.
Okay.
It's fast. It's fast.
I didn't even realize that. Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at that. Wow. It's kind of ridiculous.
5:32. Yeah, that's pretty fast.
That's like.
I want to better that for sure this year, though. I want to run a 5K at least that fast, because in the 5K, like just like 100 meters or like
5,000 miles.
Yeah. No, it's like 100 meters.
We've already gone over this.
Than a 3 mile.
Yeah.
So I'll run a 5K at like under 16:30.
And then the last 100 meters is sprint.
Yeah. You just go
all out.
Yeah.
Leave it all on the field.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
I guess you'd have to know when the last 100 meters are. You know?
See, Bailey's with me. She says you can never run that fast. Exactly. Same here. Never. Which I am very disappointed that every 4 years I get my like track and field like running fix watching the Olympics.
Yeah.
Not this year.
Oh.
Thanks, COVID.
I'm so bummed. I know.
You
I'm
gotta
so
wait.
bummed about
I'm on
that.
2021.
2021.
Come on.
2021. And I feel bad for the athletes who because we were watching the marathon tryout, and that was just one of the tryouts we watched. Or I mean, that was the only tryout I watched. But I was just like, wow, those people, that's so cool. You know, they work so hard. They're going to the Olympics, finish top, and then hearing that they would have to wait, like that really stinks, because when you're running and training that hard, conditioning yourself to be that fast is like very hard. Like it takes so much work. Every single day you're working out like twice.
And here's the question too.
You know,
So normally, like, there's the Olympics every 4 years, but there's like the World Games every year, and year to year, there's different people who are better.
Yeah.
At each individual thing.
That's exactly
so,
what I was thinking.
2021, just because you were going to make the Olympics in 2020, what if there's someone now better than you in 2021?
yeah, even if you're past the Olympics,
Are they sticking
make
with
it.
the 2020
No,
field?
no way.
See?
No way. They're
That's
not.
rough.
They're not. They're
Unless
gonna
every
say,
country agreed to.
no way. They're gonna,
Yeah.
if every country
That'd be the
agreed
only way
to
to be
it,
fair.
Yeah.
Even then.
yeah, but then that's a whole lot of.
Yeah.
There's also like an age limit.
Integrity
You have to at least be 18, I think, right? Or 16?
I don't think so.
16? There's an age limit somewhere.
For like certain events.
That's true. It might not be for all.
There-
I remember there was a big
some
controversy.
divers, some Chinese divers,
But that's where it was.
and they're
So
like
it was,
they're like 14.
Or
or
like
something,
even
15.
there were some gymnasts.
that's what it was.
that were, like,
Gymnastics.
16.
And they said like you had to be like at least a certain age, and they
Yeah.
weren't. They didn't think they were, so there was this big controversy.
Yeah.
So again, it's like there could be someone who's like 15, like coming up, like yes, I'm in.
Finally,
And
yeah.
someone who's like on the old,
Absolutely.
like oh no,
Like, why not?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I made it. That's
Yeah.
I think that I don't know.
And
if
the
you
bummer
have
is some
something,
people probably are going to miss out. You know,
but- Oh yeah.
even if it's their only time they officially made it, they're may get bumped out. You know,
Yeah.
that maybe the only time they could have gone to the Olympics. That's just a bummer. You know, so.
Somebody
Absolutely.
asked
That's
if I
just
run
happens.
long or short. I don't. I don't either.
If you
I
run
don't
long
know.
or short,
I chase my children, so-
no, that is short.
When I did run, I enjoyed shorter distance. I enjoyed sprinting. I actually like that. I never did track or cross country.
That's really interesting. I did enjoy sprinting, and I never enjoyed long distance.
Yeah, sprinting I always thought was fun because it was like,
good at
Yeah.
it, but
especially like when it was like, again for like high school PE and stuff, like when you're going
Yeah.
against buddies and stuff, like you want to get a little
Yeah,
further.
sure. I get that.
The long distance, that competitiveness wore off pretty quick. I'm like, nah, you guys go.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
even like
You're like 5 meters,
I'm out.
meters in. You're like, okay, you
the
guys go
4
ahead.
by the 4x100, like the relay.
Yeah,
But the 4x400, I was like, no, that's too much.
right.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
it's not even that much further. But I was
Yeah.
like, no, I'm okay on the 4x4.
I don't know. I think like for me, my perspective's a little bit different because with like the 100, especially when you get to like the qualifier meets and stuff like that, you have to be fast. Even like a fast muscle twitch, you have to have like perfect form and know just how to be fast. And if there are
Sure.
people faster than you, I mean, they're just slowly going to pull ahead of you. I mean, if you can't physically pass them, but with like distance, take for example 1500. I ran that a lot in grade school. There are kids where they were like 30 seconds ahead of me the first time I raced them, and by the end of the season, I was beating them because I was able to. I just feel like it's easier for me to eventually track them down, and with the race, you can pace yourself and you can change up your strategy, and you can follow them a little bit more closely at the beginning, and then you be able to pass them. But with the 100, I just see it like there's not much strategy. I wouldn't see much strategy in it because I've just never been a runner. But like you'd be like sprinting, and if they're faster than you, I mean you can't like strategize like, oh, maybe I'll stay with that. Like you have to just go.
For sure, like
you're
you
the
don't.
fastest.
There's like you have like one shot.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Basically,
Eminem said, you know, do not miss your chance. Like,
That's it.
if you stumble, you know, it's a wrap. Like, yeah, there's no recovering for
That's all you
anything
get.
you're doing.
Which
like
I was thinking about the
100,
Olympics with that too.
like-
So you get in the Olympics and like one guy like might have like an untied shoe and like trips. That's it. Like
That's
4
it.
years he's been waiting for that
Yeah.
moment, and that's
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus like if you start out bad, like for distance, like you still there's a chance.
There's a chance,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
You like
can
slip,
still
you might be able to get
recover.
back up and be like, all right,
Yeah,
maybe I still got
yeah,
this.
absolutely.
I remember 4 years ago when the Olympics was going on in Rio, this one guy, it was the 100, and he jump started like very, very little, and he barely stepped past the starting line, but they disqualified him. All of that work, like just
Like
to
that.
not finish the final, like such a bummer.
Yeah,
you
that'd
know?
be crazy.
Yeah.
But not something I ever have to worry about because I'm not going to do the Olympics. Although curling, I've said this before, I think that's my sport. Someday, maybe not the next Winter Olympics, but like 6 years from now,
Curling.
you might see Pastor Michael out there curling with a little broom and the rock thing. That's me. That's my game. I'll try to get Pastor Will to come with me.
No, I don't know.
You can do it curling.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. Well, with that bit of randomness, I think that's it for us tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in and having a fun conversation with us around the table. And we'll see you next time. Until then.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Okay, we're going to stop it.
Gonna stop it.
Now bye.
See ya.
For real. Not for real. Not for real.